Hello.
Hi.
So, a lot.
We're starting?
Yes.
Oh, sorry. I was feeding my shopping addiction. Sorry.
Oh, okay. A lot of things have transpired in this day alone. We're recording on the 18th of October, and it's been a very arduous, past 6 hours. There's been a lot of things that have happened very rapidly, and I'm getting whiplash.
Are you talking about the person you murdered earlier today?
What
What the hell was that?
I don't know. That was scary.
Oh, do you think
My computer.
because I said murder, the FBI agent in your computer?
Yeah, it
flagged
is.
It?
Yeah, they're gonna get me. They're gonna come and they're gonna beat me to death with
I only saw and did nothing.
some item. In our month, I guess it's been since the last episode.
I think so.
How have you been? Are there any updates? Anything fun you want to talk about before we get into the events that transpired today that we both witnessed
You know,
firsthand?
I had so many things I wanted to talk about,
And you didn't write any notes.
And I don't write notes because I'm off the cuff. I'm that cool.
She's not that cool.
I'm on the improv track to life. So it's yes and it's
Sure.
again, I had so many things I wanted to talk about that I forgot all of them all.
Okay. So.
I was sunburned, only half my body.
Oh yeah. So
I went on a trip.
How was your trip?
It was great.
You had a little vacation.
Yes.
You had a little refresher.
Yes.
You sound worse for wear, but you look physically better.
Thank you.
Oh my god.
I'm glad you admit it and you acknowledge my appearance.
I told you this besides
I just
that you were burnt.
Okay.
The day that he got back, or the day after he got back, we went to the fair as well, and that was also really fun. And also, I realized. I'll talk about that in a second as well.
We need to talk about the fair, and it's a whole different.
It's a whole ordeal in itself as well.
Thing, yeah.
Lots of things have happened since we last spoke, clearly. But I will let Sergio finish his vacation tale.
I went on a trip. I did a lot of things I normally don't do.
Did a lot of people as well.
Yes, but we don't talk about that on this podcast unless I want to talk about it.
Unless he wants to.
Yeah. It was really great. It was really fun. I sunburned half of my body because I fell asleep on a pool chair.
And this is how you know Southern hospitality is real, because he was on the West Coast, right?
And no one said anything to me.
Those motherfuckers do not care. This bitch fell asleep. Was it by the pool or on the beach?
No, it was by the pool.
On the pool, I guess half underneath the umbrella, or half in the shade or not. I look at him when I get in and see him on Tuesday. I'm like, what happened to you? Why? Because he also texted me. He's like, hey, can you bring me a lotion?
Yeah.
I'm peeling. And I was like, okay, he's probably sunburnt. And I look at him and only half of him is burnt. If you can't, if I can render in 4K, I will, but I usually I'm stuck into 1080p.
Yeah.
But if you look at Sergio, his freckles and the center of his face is
you could see him.
Is
They're
a lot more dark.
pronounced than usual.
And one of his arms is darker than the other
one. I was applying and then I fell asleep.
Nobody woke him up
to come and wake me up.
Fuck
and say,
his drag.
Hey,
so
move
nobody's gonna help
the
her.
sun gets the other half. So last time for my birthday we went to the pool and I burned really bad.
He literally got sun poisoning.
It's nothing compared to that.
No, that was bad. Sergio
better.
was literally getting delusional.
Yes.
The top of his scalp, and I told him, I was like,
burnt red.
I was like, you need to put it on your head.
Both you and my sister told me you need to put sunscreen on your head. But I refused.
He was like, no, I'm fine. I'm gonna be fine.
Yeah.
And then the next time I saw him, he was a fucking lobster. We literally had to cover his head with a towel and get out of the sun because it was that bad.
But this time, the worst it got was that the peeling I got before you gave me the lotion.
You became a lot more golden.
Yes.
So you burnt off. You basically were like a shellfish.
Yeah.
You shed your skin.
But other than that, it was really good. My trip there was amazing. I got
had a lot
drunk.
of G&Ts.
I got a lot of G&Ts on my way back and on my way back home. It was really worth it. I really needed a vacation.
Yeah, sometimes you need a little.
When are you gonna go on vacation? Oh, you can't afford it. Sorry.
I should just kill myself. That's a crazy statement.
Just because I went doesn't mean I'm nicer.
That's true. He actually became more evil.
Yes.
Sergio looked at me and he's like, wow, did you gain water weight? Why do you look fatter all of a sudden? I did a little staycation. I gave away a couple of my shifts because I was just going
You were
through
done.
it. This is my second job. The thing is, like, it's not even hard. It's just like being in downtown, dealing with a lot of like unhoused guests,
Yeah.
and dealing with a company that doesn't really support you as a barista. Because I told you about, we had a meeting with the CEO, and that was just extremely
It's all BS.
extremely counterintuitive, extremely not helpful. For them to supposedly be in like the top 5% or 0.5% of women-owned businesses.
I don't believe that at all.
And our location, the one that we are in being a mostly female and non-binary staff, all of it.
You're still letting non-binary people make coffee?
I feel like they're the people who make it best.
I'm gonna let Greg Abbott know.
Oh shit!
We need
That's
to
okay.
control.
I'll hide them.
We need to control all aspects of life.
It was just a slap in the face. So I like gave up. I also had like a one-on-one with my boss, and I don't know if I told you this. I think I did. Well, I'm gonna tell our 10 listeners that I had a one-on-one. I think like a month or two ago with my boss, and she was like, "What's going on, Diva? Like, are you all right?" And I was like, "Well, I've been unmedicated for like the past like 6 days, and I'm just really stressed. And I'm like not happy right now because one of my I'm not gonna say all of them, but I have a couple of coworkers who are more on the sensitive side, who take things very seriously.
Oh my god!
So in passing, and
Like
also
what? Wait,
I would say
okay.
I will say what I said, and of course it was said in poor taste, and I was in a bad mood, and I shouldn't have even said it because there was also like a guest in the dining area within earshot. Luckily, like I wasn't reprimanded, not in a bad way, and then I was also like they didn't hear, which is good because I talk very loud. Mind you, our bar is only like fucking like 15 feet long
Yeah,
at
it's
most,
not-
so like you can hear me from the back of the house.
I've never been in that building, in that location
Yeah,
particularly.
you can see it
but,
basically from pulling up to the side. That's
I can see how close it is. Yeah.
Yes, exactly. Everybody's in close proximity. The max capacity, even for this side, that like half a building
30
that
people?
we're no, it's 21. I think it's actually 15.
Okay.
And we've had like 60 people in that freaking location. I said in passing, I was like, oh, I just wish I could kill all customers. And my coworker took it very seriously and like brought it up to manager and was like, hey, something's not right with this diva. And she was like, like
She's about to pull a rampage.
she was like, what's going on? And I was like, that's my bad. Like, like I know this coworker is very sensitive and takes things very literally. I shouldn't have said that, like my bad.
Is your coworker dumb?
No, she is kind of like a golden retriever.
Okay,
like,
was one of these coworkers at your birthday party last year?
No.
Okay.
No, those people know
They're
how to
they're
joke
normal.
and have fun
Okay.
time. I didn't say that.
No, yeah, I took that back because they're not normal. I think at that
But-
table, I was the most normal person at that table, and I'm not normal.
No, we know that someone's on the spectrum a little bit. Regardless,
Don't tell my mom.
Don't tell his mom. She will freak out about it. It was just I was just not having a good time,
Yeah.
and I've had some time off. I feel better. I had good things. I've
Okay,
gone to a
that's
couple
good, that's
concerts.
good.
We went to the fair. Me and John have gone out a little bit. We're cleaning up the apartment more. I feel more in tune.
Lighter.
Sure. I also lost 5 pounds. So
Oh, so you are physically lighter.
I'm physically and I'm mentally doing better.
But
little bit.
but are you adding or subtracting the water weight to those 5 pounds?
We're gonna pretend that didn't happen. That's what is it called? Morning weight.
Okay.
Whatever. Bloated. It's bloated. Yeah.
It's bloated air.
It's
in me.
bloated. It's not fat. I swear. But that happened and it was really funny. Well, it's not funny, but I've decided too that I think this is my last like couple months at the location, just
Okay.
because I've had a lot of good interviews and a lot of companies who are like, we love your experience, we like you, but your availability doesn't work because I can only work evenings. And then I thought about getting a third job and then just doing like a couple shifts there, but then it would be like 2 to 9 and 2 to 11.
Ugh.
And I was like, I don't really want to be in downtown that late and then take the freaking like train home that late. And
I'm never
then
gonna see my best friend.
I'm never gonna see you again. And then I still have to like wake up at 5 to get to work to open. So I think I'm gonna just like December and like maybe 1 week into January, that'll be like my last,
1 week into January.
because I need money.
1 week.
Just 1 week into January. And then just like the rest of January, just like apply to some
Somewhere
places,
else.
but like not really like go hardcore into job search. because December for my first job, we basically only worked like 6 days out of the whole month because the office is closed.
It's closed.
So I can work more on my other job and like save because I also still owe money to the IRS and I have a big hospital bill that I'm not going to pay. But you know, there's just a lot going on. But now I feel a little bit better. I feel like I'm getting my bearings together a little bit more.
That's good. I'm happy to hear that.
Yeah.
But I like you more when you're all distressed.
I'm going to pretend I didn't hear that. We went to the fair when
we
Sergio came back, and it was interesting because it's very much Texas rodeo vibes, but like kind of turned up a little bit more.
You think so? I think the rodeo is more in your face.
You think so?
I think so. The Houston rodeo, to be exact.
Also like the Houston rodeo, Houston,
Yeah.
100%. Yeah, everything's going to be bigger, larger, better. I felt like there wasn't a lot of rides, and then I felt like there could have been more games. For it being the state fair, I felt like there should be more. But again, this is my first time going. I don't know if it's gotten worse or if it's gotten better. I did see, and I haven't watched it yet, and I'll send it to you when I watched it.
Yeah.
I did see, because I follow some commentary, people loosely got like, I'm not subscribed, but when they pop up, I'm like, oh, like, let me watch.
You watch your content.
I like the gossip.
Yeah.
There was a video essay or like a brief like commentary video on the state fair and about how apparently like the prices are absurd.
Yeah,
and
the prices
apparently,
are up.
according to locals who I know, this was like for the most part the least attended fair this year. And I would say I feel like that's kind of true because
Yes, I think
by
so
the time
too,
we
in
left,
general.
because we spent like I want to say like 6-7 hours. We spent a majority of the day at the fair. The parking lot, like they had a whole like back
like,
area. It wasn't even full.
Okay,
all the
but
way.
like to be fair,
Yeah.
Okay, maybe this is me from being very privileged. I didn't really notice the fair prices being that crazy expensive. Just because what I spent this time when I went with you, which was disclosure $90 with parking and food, is usually what I spend when I go to the fair.
I was gonna say it definitely depends on like what you eat if you're eating expensive, because a lot of the people, because I also this year too, like I didn't really see those videos of like people like talking about the fair food specifically. Like,
I saw a lot of them at the beginning.
I didn't. Well, I
did.
also like I'm not on TikTok anymore, so I don't know. I didn't see any reels, or well, I don't know on Instagram either. I didn't see any YouTube shorts. Okay, I didn't see a lot of short form content. Whether it was sent to me, I probably ignored it, but I didn't see a lot of hype this year for the fair because, of course, there has been shootings. Like some schools are also taking precautions, so not like high schoolers like sponsored by the school. They aren't allowed to go. If you're under 18, like past, I think it was like 7:00, right?
I think it's 7.
After 7,
you have to have a
guardian.
Adult,
yeah,
which I think is great.
Yes,
I will say that we went on a Tuesday.
It was pretty slow, which I really liked.
Yeah, and I think from my past experience, I've always gone on a weekend, and weekends are packed.
Yes, because you have people who are off from school, office workers, team building events. We literally heard people who were like, "Oh, can we like get like a deal like on the Amex? Like, can we get a business deal?" First of all, fuck you. If I don't get a deal and I'm a low income, you don't get shit. But you pay fucking double.
Also, we were talking about someone we both know from school who says she got a season. She gets a season pass
just to
go eat food
at the fair
every day
and still pay for parking. Or
and
like
that's
take the
fucking insane.
She paid for parking, or would she like take the train?
Know. I don't know what the car situation is like. That's crazy.
Crazy.
Because like
what did we
you
spend?
and I had combined. I had a turkey leg.
So that was like
fried Twinkie, a pizza cone.
So
what else did I have?
You spent a majority of your tickets on food.
Yeah.
And I spent half of mine on food. No, so a third of it was on food because I think the most.
What'd you get food wise?
Food wise, so I got a biscuit. I got a corn dog, a foot-long corn dog, and then I got ice cream, and then I also got funnel cake fries.
Oh, yes.
But all of those were like on the lower end.
Yeah.
Because I think we both got 60 tickets, right? Each? Or did
I
you
got
get
60. I think you got 70.
I got 60. Or did I get 70?
I think
I got 60 because you
combined, we probably spent like 130 on just 140
that's
on
not
tickets.
Bad, like on a day, like just to go and have fun because I also played games. We went to the aquarium.
Which was another $30.
Which was another $30.
Yeah.
I also made like 4 different $15 purchases. So we definitely like spent a decent amount, but not on the higher end of things. But there definitely were some food items that were like, because your turkey leg was like 20 tickets, 25 tickets. There was like a booze cookie shake that we saw somebody buy that was also 25 tickets. There was Dubai chocolate funnel cake fries that was also 15 tickets, and I was like, just give me the regular ones for 9. There was like this Texas Rita thingy. I should have brought
There's so many things that were like over.
There was a lot
tickets.
of things that were like, and the thing is that why I think people are so, I guess people who like don't go to the fair or aren't familiar with like the things that are priced at the fair is that yes, it's like by the state, so the money that you're spending kind of like goes back into the community in some sort of way, because like TechStop was there. There was a lot of like local businesses.
Yeah.
It's a lot. Hello, she's like, ew. Look what
Scarlett, what are you doing?
She's eating the stuff off my socks. Sorry, interruption by a producer.
Stop being such a wild animal.
She's being
You're domesticated.
She is domesticated. There, also like a lot of people work at the fair.
Yes.
We literally saw a half man. We saw lots of people in the area. Lots of families and stuff like that. So like it's a big thing for the DFW area, and then also it brings in a lot of traffic and visitors, because people are like, oh, I've never been in the fair. Kids who are coming from other cities, like, let's go to the fair. Also, I've lived in Dallas almost 3 years now and haven't been in the fair. I definitely want to save up, because Sergio didn't do any fucking games with me. He didn't do any fucking...
It's because I just don't do that stuff. That's how you get scammed out of tickets.
A little bit I did. And you know what's funny? So you know how like I said I only had like 5 tickets left? Yeah. I dug in my bag from that day. I had 3 tickets left.
Oh, that's so fucking
I have so let me tell you why people are also like very like I guess apprehensive or worried. So for tickets when you buy at the fair, which is recommended because you do get scammed online. Sergio was telling me that like the package deal or whatever is like it's like 1.5 or like 1.75.
I just don't get it. I don't get the online packages. To me, they just seem too expensive.
Yeah, it's really not worth it. And they also have a deal too where like Wednesdays you can get half off your entry if you bring in cans of food to donate, which is really cool. And then on the same day for Wednesday is like from 10:30 to 12 or like 2. It's like sensory friendly, so like they don't have as much music. I would also say,
I was fine with,
like, I was gonna say, as far as like the Rainforest Cafe was more overstimulating than the
and
fair.
More expensive, I feel.
Oh my god, it wasn't even worth it.
It was not worth it.
Yeah, unless like we need to get drunk or something. But for purchasing in at the fair physically, it is $1 per 1 ticket. So like we both spent $60. That equals the amount of tickets. So we both spent $6 in tickets, and that's basically like our currency for the day. And you can buy booze, alcohol, you can
anything
play games
you want with it
for them, like the
except for merchandising.
Yes,
merchandising is cash or card.
Yeah, cash or card. There's some places like the aquarium. They were like, oh yeah, we take tickets, cash and card, and I don't think I had enough tickets anyway, so sort of just paid for us. But that was also really fun too. Like, it was a fun experience, and I think if you haven't been and you're worried about like of course like safety and stuff like that, go on a weekday and go early in the day so that you can have the whole day to spend looking at everything. Because we also there was like a quote unquote like car exhibit area. We rode in a Jeep. They were test driving the Jeeps, and it was scarier than a fucking roller coaster. So it's basically like a live feature of like, oh, like the tire traction's really good.
It's called an activation.
Whatever it's called. And like the alignment, and like, oh yeah, bitch, we're gonna go 30 degrees. Yeah. We're gonna go 90 degrees up
and they sell you the car while you're in the ride.
Yeah, so Sergio's in the back, I'm in the front. We both have our seatbelts on, and like the roof is open.
Yeah.
In this big ass fucking Jeep, and he's like fucking going sideways, upwards, downwards, side to side.
No, like he's like thinking he's talking to you like you're just going
like,
down
I'm gonna buy the car. Yeah, like it's a Sunday drive.
Yeah.
Mind you, this is a full obstacle course. We literally go completely vertical. We go completely sideways. I'm cursing the entire time. Sergio is like holding on for his dear life back there. And then they have this big ass ramp that goes, I want to say like 20 feet up in the air.
It was pretty high.
You go completely vertical, and then you go completely downwards. And mind you, I'm someone who like grew up near like these big hills called levees, and you can go to them like on the sides where, of course, like the path follows where cars have like dug into the path of them, or you can go completely vertical upwards. Whether or not your car can handle it, that's like up to you.
Yeah.
You may get stuck, but it's still kind of worth it because you can view the fireworks at a safe distance from downtown. Correct. So I'm used to going vertical, but this was like completely like 90, like 180 degrees.
We completely went into a 90-degree angle.
Yes, because also like on the dash, on the display, and I don't know if it was like just for
I think all the Jeeps have
or like
those.
all the new Jeeps have them because they were 2025s, right?
Yeah.
They're like brand new cars.
They're 2026.
2026, but we're in the future.
showed the angle that you were at. So we went 30 degrees, 120, 90, 180. I thought I was going to throw up.
180?
You know what I mean. It was like one of the more memorable experiences that we went through at the fair, besides like eating the grease and going to touching the stingrays.
I didn't touch them, but
they were so slimy. It was very scary. And then I also got on one ride where I thought I was gonna fly out. It was like they were going fast as fuck out, and also like they have signs on each of the carts that's like it's basically one of those because they have them in like carts, and then they have them because I've also ridden one at the Houston Rodeo where you just go round and around and you kind of go sideways, and it's just this big spinny like relatively safe one. Thing. Yes. They were going fast as fuck, and it says really fast. Don't rock the cart, right? Yeah. I was going sideways anyways. I was like, you know what? I'm just gonna let it happen, because if I fly out and I die, I'm gonna die. Yeah, I wanted to do it. Now I'm dead.
I would just be like, can I have her stuff? She told me to take it back home with me.
Yeah, can I have her apple?
Can I talk about how I was harassed at the fair?
We took a beef quiz. Oh my God.
Reliant people?
So this was ridiculous because we got there at the beginning of the day, right? And by the time we left, there was completely different people.
Yes.
There was a bubbler expo or like a lot of advertising, right? There was a Corona booth. There was Cutco. Purple was there.
The other thing I need to talk about Cutco because I remembered
that
something very precisely this week. But let's talk about
and then Reliant. Reliant was one of the big ones.
So Reliant Energy was there harassing
pulled
people.
us because they're like, oh, plushie, free tickets.
Yeah.
And Sergio was like, oh, you like doing this thing? Like, let's go.
Yeah.
They took down all of Sergio's information, but they kept asking
for me more information. At first, I was like, they asked me for my name, last name, email,
common
no
information,
big deal, right?
But then
I have an email I've used from middle school, searchman1234 at yahoo.com. You can send me an email there. It's junk mail. I use it for all the spam
for
and all
spams and giveaways.
So I gave her that email.
But then she kept going.
She kept on going.
Give me your ID. What's your social?
She wanted.
What's your zip code?
She's like, let me take a picture of your ID.
And you were like, Sergio was also being very cordial.
Yeah. I wasn't rude the whole time.
Very pushy. She's a saleswoman.
Yeah, she was doing
she's
really
like,
good job.
I'm gonna get a sale.
Yeah.
And Sergio was like, I'm not comfortable doing that.
I'm not comfortable
and
with
I'm
that.
just watching because I'm like, this is fun for me. We didn't even get anything.
We didn't get anything.
And
she asked me for my photo ID. I was like, I don't feel comfortable sharing that. And she's like, okay, that's fine. You could manually type it here. I was like, I don't feel comfortable with sharing that. And she's like, what's your whole social? I was like, I definitely don't feel comfortable.
I don't want to give you that clean. I'm sorry.
She just kept on pushing and pushing and pushing. And then she's like, you don't want to get, what is it, 15 cents? On the wattage or something like that?
Yeah, it was like something that was basically their whole thing is like, oh, we'll cut your bill in half.
It's usually 19. Yeah, but at the fair they were doing a special.
They were doing a special, and they were like, "We're only doing it now, and if you go online, it's like the same rates." And so she was like, "I'm just gonna look online."
Yeah. So I weirdly looked it up the other day. Mm-hmm. My wattage, I paid 12 cents and 30.3 cents on my wattage. So I pay less than what they were offering me at the fair.
That's usually how it goes.
Yeah. So I was like, "Fuck no," but I was harassed, and then we saw Cutco. We saw multiple. We saw
not one, not two.
3.
There was 3.
We saw 3 Cutco tables.
Yes, there was one Cutco in the fair market area. Yes. There was another one in the car expo area, and then there was another one in the like flea market area. Yeah.
So
what the fuck? Why do y'all need so many booths?
How they sending emails, right, or mail?
Yes, they used to be door to door people.
Yes, they used to be door to door people. And I remember when I got a mail, and what I forgot to tell you
is that an MLM for children, basically.
For fresh out of high school,
do you want a job?
Summer, and pretty much you sell knives, but you only really sell to your family members.
People who are it's like when
you don't really have. You're not networking. You're not an adult with a full-fledged network. You're a child.
Who am I going to sell knives to?
To your family members. Of all the things, go to church.
You're not going to make any money. Even at the church, like only like 4 people are going to buy.
Also, it's not like Girl Scout cookies where you're able to sell multiple packs, one person, and multiple times,
or like give it to like someone who goes to work and like, oh yeah, we'll buy it out.
Yeah, but
we'll give you the money because my grandpa would do that for like the chocolates.
Yeah.
And then for the Girl Scout cookies.
You have repeated customers for that, no matter what you're selling,
because it's a good that but you
with Cutco knives,
it's like I can just go to Walmart or Target.
But also if someone buys you a pair of knives, they're not gonna buy you another pair.
No,
in
it's like
2
a
to 3
one
months.
and
It's a
done.
one-time purchase.
But they also, I've seen videos, or like I haven't watched them, of like one talking about the company like
Yes.
as an MLM and a shitty business model,
Yes,
and of course
it's horrible.
being predatory towards teens who are ignorant.
Yes.
But also just the knives not even being good.
Also, so what I forgot to tell you is that I got the mail, right? That's
got-
what I told you.
Yeah.
I went to the meeting where they ask you to be professionally dressed. So
For knives?
for being
Being a little
17,
door-to-door salesman?
being fully dressed in a suit was insane for me to do.
Yeah.
What I caught onto the scheme that it was MLM is
Yeah.
not only do they show things in a pyramid, which is
Oh,
duh,
yes.
but
The
then they
pyramid
ask you
is a
at the
big
very
one.
end, before they interview you one by one, they give you a package and they tell you,
What?
do you have any people you would like to recommend to Cutco? And
Oh,
there's like
fuck.
6 slots that
Six?
you put their name
And their email?
and you put their email.
This is ridiculous.
But then they tell you,
Mm-hmm.
if you have more, feel free to put more. Guess what?
Selling your data?
Guess what I did?
What did you do?
I had a full shitload of people I'd never liked that I
you
had them
signed
as
them up?
contacts. So I signed them over
Nice.
for Cutco so they would get harassment mail.
They would get harassed.
And then they bring you in one by one into the room to talk to the hiring manager, which is just a teen who's like 19.
Oh my God.
He's barely a freshman in college. He's telling you how he's making 8 figures, which not true
Not true at all.
because he's probably selling knives to his mom and dad multiple times.
Yep.
Or his grandma bought him a
Someone's
shitload.
Bought his inventory.
Exactly. So you go in there. Oh, by the way, you don't buy your inventory. You know that?
What? What do you?
Well,
what?
yeah, you buy your inventory.
Yeah.
Well, you buy the set you use to show off.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
Yeah.
So if your mom wants to buy you inventory, she buys a knife straight up from the magazine.
Yeah.
And she buys a pair of knives and she gets it, you get part of the commission. But you don't have to buy 5 boxes of knives and hope to sell 5 boxes of knives.
Oh, okay. So it's kind of like Avon, right?
Yeah, exactly. That's
And Mary
exactly what
Kay.
it is.
Like you fill out a form.
Did
and
you
then
get the color correcting eye surgery? Is that why you're touching your eye?
Yeah, I got that.
Okay.
My eyes are actually vampire
Ooh,
red.
Vampire red.
Yeah.
Are you okay? Do you need a binge well?
I don't even know. I don't
okay.
even know. I got crud in my eye.
Oh, and just shit from the surgery?
Yeah, shit from the surgery.
Okay.
They actually broke off a piece of my cornea.
Your cornea is attached.
It's detached. It was a little flap on my eye.
So I went in there and he asked you like, oh, how many people did you put on the list? And I would go like, over like 20 people.
Jesus.
And they're like, 20 people? I'm like, yeah. I was like, I have so many friends.
I have so many people
so
that
many
would
friends who
love to
want
work
to
for
sell
Cutco.
knives. And they're like, can you come to this thing on
Facetious
Saturday?
ass liar.
And
They're like promoting you already.
yeah. They're like, can you go to this event like on Saturday?
Seminar.
And then if you say yes, you're hired. And if you say no, they don't hire you. And I said, yeah, I'll come on Saturday. I never went.
They didn't like harass you on the phone.
No.
That's good. I mean, like good that you didn't get harassed, but like that sucks as an experience as a whole. That's really shitty.
Also, apparently now they changed it to where like if you give a sales pitch, you get paid for doing the sales pitch.
Oh shit, really?
Yeah. So apparently you don't really have to do sales commission. You just do sell pitches.
Like pitches or like
Okay, so my cousin did this. Well, she's like my second cousin.
okay. I mean,
And these are one of the dumb cousins.
okay.
She called my mom and she's like, hey, I joined this like sales thing. I'm selling knives. And it's called, she didn't tell my mom what it was, but like straight up my mom told me what it was. And I was like, oh,
yeah,
Cutco.
it's Cutco.
And then she's like, you don't have to buy anything, but I need to go to you and give you the talk and I still get paid.
Oh my god.
And I told my mom, whatever you do not buy these fucking knives because they're shitty and you're going to be stuck with them
Yeah,
for
forever.
For whoever, how long, and they're going to be expensive. So my cousin, this was during COVID too.
Oh my god.
So I was home,
Okay.
unemployed,
Yes.
minding my own business, making sure my parents weren't getting scammed or
Yeah.
getting sick.
Exactly.
Because we're
that was your
weirdly
job.
enough, some guy came to our door during COVID and tried to sell something to my dad, like a security system. And we were actually recording Project Tonic at the time when he showed up at the window. But before I transition to that, I sat down with my mom and she's like, "Oh, I only need to speak to your mom and I get paid." I was like, "Wouldn't in theory you get paid more if I actually listen to your spiel?"
Yeah.
She's like, "No, I only get paid once." So I was like, "So you're telling me you could charge me $20? You could charge each person who's going to listen to you $20 and still make more than what Cutco's going to give you for $20, no matter how many people are in the room?"
Yeah.
And she's like, "Oh, I didn't think about that." And I was like, "How about I give you $60? You give your spiel, you get $80 for it, and then we don't spend any money on this."
Yeah, I just give you the money.
Yeah, I give you the money. And she took it, and she was fine. She still gave the spiel, $20 for that, and then she was happy. She got $80 out of it.
Nice.
So when we were recording Project Tonic, some dude came to
the house.
To the house.
Yeah.
And I don't know if you remember, but my setup was right next to the window.
Yes.
So I could
to close
hear
it.
everything outside.
Oh, so you were listening.
So I was kind of like half listening while we were recording.
Yeah.
And my dad literally was talking to this guy standing on the other side of the door.
Yeah.
The whole time we were recording this.
The whole time.
So we were done, right?
Yeah.
And I stepped out of my room and I went over there and was like, "What's going on?" And my mom was like, "This guy's been talking to your dad for 40 minutes."
Jesus Christ.
And he was just giving the roundabout to my dad. And my dad, what he likes to do is like fuck with people just like I do.
Oh, yeah. You told me he likes to waste people's time as well.
But the thing with my dad is like he doesn't know when to stop. Like he just makes the person feel like they're gonna get something out of it.
Yeah.
And I feel like that's so unfair too, right?
That's fucked up
and
a little bit.
Now you're both wasting each other's time, and now you ruined the recording on my podcast.
Yep.
So I was already kind of mad. So I went and I was like, "Hey, what's going?" I spoke directly to the salesman.
Yeah, you're like, what's going on? Yeah, what the fuck?
And he's like, "Oh, I'm selling this," and I'm like, "Okay, I think it was solar panels."
It was, yes, because you told me afterwards, and then you were like, "We don't need it."
Yeah, we don't need it.
Yeah,
it's like my dad is just wasting your time here. You can literally go sell to someone else. And he literally looks at me and is like, "Well, I'm not talking to you. I'm talking to your dad." I was like, "Okay."
So you want to waste your time?
So I was like, "You want to waste your time right here? Well, I'm just gonna cut it off right now." And you just wasted about an hour here, and we're not gonna give you a sale.
We're not gonna give you a sale, exactly.
And I was like, "You don't know if my dad is the breadwinner in this house."
Yeah, it could be me. Fuck you.
And I literally told him, "I'm the breadwinner here, not my dad."
Oh my god.
So I'm like, if you're gonna sell someone, you
would
just
be me.
really
Exactly.
rude to me right now.
Yeah, fuck you.
And you're definitely not gonna get a sale now. Obviously, I was lying off my ass, but I was like, "Fuck this dude!" And like, I told my dad, "Dad, go inside." You just stop wasting this guy, and he just started laughing.
Yeah.
And I literally "Hey, fuck off and go sell someone else."
Yeah.
You literally wasted an hour here for no reason.
For no reason. Now we're both dumb.
Yeah.
Now look at you. A clown.
Now look at you. You look so stupid. Now my dad's mad at me because I got involved.
Yeah.
And also like
now we're all mad.
Yeah, we're all mad at each other now. So get the fuck out of here.
Fuck off.
Like we started it where there was daylight. It was clearly nighttime.
And it was evening.
And he was still fucking there.
Oh my god. You know how I told you how I thought your dad was bald because in my head he's a supervillain? He may not be bald, but he is a villain.
He is a villain. But I do get that from him though.
Yeah, I know, because you kept talking to that lady and you were like, "Oh, don't fuck up to doing that."
But also I was being very nice about it.
You were being very cordial.
I think if she would have gone like, "Oh, he doesn't feel comfortable with giving his license. Why would he feel comfortable with giving me his social security?"
She wasn't getting the hint because she was trying to get the sale.
Yeah, I think she was just focused on making that sale.
She was narrowed in.
Yeah.
I don't know. And then we also did a raffle for something else and it was really funny because
I literally said, "They're going to sell you something.
They're going to try to sell me something." And I was like, "You know what? It never hurts to enter." Yeah. That she kept asking invasive questions like, "Are you guys together? Oh, do you guys have kids? How old are you?" Yeah. And I was like, "Where the fuck are you?" I was like, "Oh yeah, we're in our 30s or whatever." And she was like, "Oh, y'all don't look like it." So, bitch, don't fucking call me. I don't give a fuck.
Thank you. I am the first 22-year-old.
I'm 22.
And the stem cells.
21. The stem cells. I got the placenta facial recently, actually. I was just like, there's not a lot of things that make me uncomfortable unless like you're being rude, you're being violent,
and persistent.
Or you're being persistent, or you're just like doing jokes in poor taste, like that one bartender when we saw the haunted doll. What's her name?
What bartender?
The one who.
Oh yeah.
Who was just being crass, and I was like, growing
I
up.
think he's just used to that clientele, so to him it was just totally fine.
To him it was normal, but I was like,
And
girl,
us, we were like, it's not for
no,
us.
girl, that's no. I'm not.
We don't roll that
I'm
way.
not like these gay men. I'm sorry. I have a little bit of class.
But you don't really eat oysters? Is that what I
I
gathered?
don't eat oysters. No,
Yeah.
I'm not a seafood girl. I don't like lobster. You know, I have had a lobster.
Lobsters are just roaches of the sea. You know that,
No,
right?
shrimps is oysters of the sea.
So what is a lobster? A rat?
A rat. Yeah, it's a rat in the sea. But then what is crab?
I love a crab.
But what is a crab of the sea? Is that like...
You're so right.
Yeah, is that like the cow of the sea? Is that the pig of the sea?
No, pig would be like a dolphin.
Hold on. People do be putting crab in anything, though. So if anything, I would say it is probably the pork of the sea. As a comparison. That doesn't mean it is 100%. Regardless. Today has been a whirlwind of whiplash and emotions because what the fuck is happening today? I knew that no King's protest
was happening today.
I didn't know what was happening today, but I didn't know. Okay, even though I saw some of my friends online like making posters to go to the protest, I was like, oh, that's cool. And then John calls me because I still didn't know if we were gonna hang out or not, because when I read Sergio's text, he's like, oh, what are we doing Sunday? I read it as Saturday, and I was like, oh, we're gonna hang out Saturday, so let me just bring all my stuff just in case, because I don't know if he's gonna pick me up or not. And even if it doesn't, it's fine. I can like spend time at a cafe, I can front around on my laptop, whatever, that's fine. John calls me at like 11. He's like, hey, I'm going to be closing, so I'm staying late at work, but I think you should just go home after work because the protest is going to be happening downtown, and I don't want anything to happen to you. And I was like, the protest? He's like, yeah, the No Kings one. And I was like, oh, fuck. Mind you, okay, so Sergio's like, yeah, we're going to hang out. And the protest happens right as like Sergio says, I'm on my way.
In front.
And right in front of his car. So he had to go around like basically do squares.
I went through a whole like 4 blocks to get to where we met up.
Yes, but I was like walking. I was trying to squeeze my way through these fucking hundreds of people. I was saying, excuse me, I didn't want to push anybody over. And I was like passing cops and other unhoused people and other people who were just like observing. And I was just basically just walking fast, faces past downtown. And then finally I find him.
Walking fast, faces down downtown.
And we decided to get lunch at a chicken place. And out of the corner of my eye, I see something billow.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, what is that? Let me look.
By the way, I'm a hero.
They were already having the firefighters on the way when this happened. I was like, that's a fire. And then
I was like, no, it's not.
And then I was like, no, look. And then you know what I was going to say?
It just smells like chicken.
Because it was getting smoky, or like
it was,
and it wasn't. Also, it had been rainy.
Yeah.
Like starting at like 12, and it was already like dark outside. And then I was like, no, this is weird.
Yeah.
And I was like, no, there's a fire. Look. And then other people started looking.
Yeah.
And then we also see this like car by the apartments like stop and pull over, and he's very frantic. He's like knocking on people's doors, and then like I guess on the phone and like calling the firefighters. Sergio doesn't believe me, and I'm like, call 911, look. And he's like, what are you talking about? And then he looks, and
I was like, okay.
It's by this time, I'm gonna say the fire had already probably been going for 5
minutes.
I'm gonna say past that, because by the time we saw it,
it was coming
out of the balcony. Yeah.
Right.
So either whatever the glass doors or whatever had already like exploded,
Shattered.
and it was coming outside, and it was going up. And so Sergio like calls, and he's like on hold, and then I like fill up my sweet tea.
Can I say something regarding that? Is like, if it's an emergency, why am I on hold for like 3 good minutes?
You were on hold for a while. I was like, what the fuck? I'm assuming because either other things had been called in, because during the time of the protest as well, there was a lot of police downtown as well. But there's also like, I want to say just in the area where we're at, there's at least 3 fire stations in
the vicinity,
in within a 5-mile vicinity, because there was at least, by the time we left, there was 4 emergency vehicles and at least 10 fire trucks, and 1 police car who was like navigating traffic. What the fuck? Why? There's a fire, and I was telling Sergio the address, and I was like, yeah, tell them like the fire's getting bigger, because by the time we called, it was still going up, but it could have been stopped. There was some neighbors who were telling people, and I guess people had smelt it and heard it, and people were running out of the building. We didn't see anybody get injured or evacuated, but we did hear of one lady who was behind us who basically said, hey, I don't know if I'm going to be able to come into work tomorrow because my apartment had just burned down. Like my...
Really?
Yeah, it was the lady behind us with the... who was with the other guy. Like it sounded like they were speaking Creole, like they're from Louisiana, but she had red hair and she was wearing a blue blue shirt. Basically talking to her employer saying like, yeah, like all my stuff in there is burned down and I don't have any clothes. So like I might not be able to come in tomorrow, but maybe they can like put us in a hotel, because it wasn't FEMA, but it was like that other one who they do the bells during Christmas. Salvation Army also had a truck there posted up. There was, I want to say like at least 50 firefighters. The fire just kept getting bigger. We were speculating that it was probably an oil fire.
Yeah. A grease fire.
Yeah, some kind of fire, because it just kept growing, and there was like
the water wasn't putting it out or anything.
So there was also the thing that also made me really upset is that one, people were like watching and laughing and recording.
Yeah.
While people are like evacuating and also like on the phone with police, on the phone with loved ones, and people were like, oh, like why are the firefighters doing this? Why aren't they doing that? It's an emergency situation.
Yes.
There's so many teams there. They have to coordinate together. And what I was also telling Sergio, I was like, the water may not be where people are saying the flames are the highest.
Right.
They're trying to get it at the source, because
so they
that's
can put it down. So
that's going to distinguish the flame. Yeah. And
so it doesn't keep on spreading.
Yes, because by the time we had left, it had spread to the opposite side of the apartment complex, because we had seen one hallway completely dilapidated, and you could see through the roof, and there was like a chimney because it was brick and like wood. It was 3 floors. The complete first floor was nearly the third floor was half gone.
Yep.
And there was a group of firefighters on the opposite side, because they also did like chop down some of the trees near, because the trees also could have caught fire.
And they were trying to make sure that it wasn't going to spread even more. So
because at this point, when the fire had
so
gone,
fast.
It kept spreading fast. Because also, I was going to say, because of like where the air pockets were, that it was just getting a lot of oxygen. It just kept spreading.
Yep. And I think the wind was blowing in both different directions at certain points.
So it just kept circulating. It was really hard for them to stop it, because we watched
were there for like an hour and a half.
Yeah, we basically watched until they gotten everything done off, and there was still like some cinders, and they were checking on the opposite side, because like we said, by the time we had left, it was definitely on the other side of the building.
What really annoys me so much is that there was like this duo that were just like automatically just turned their phones and started
recording the entire thing,
narrating everything that was going on,
and just commentating, saying like just rude and things that weren't true about what the firefighters were doing. Because like I was telling Sergio and explaining to Sergio as well, and not like loud enough for them to hear, but just saying that like by the time the fire gets to a certain one like height, heat, and area of expansion, it does get extremely hard to get to extinguish. And because of the nature of the fire as well, if you don't have like enough water pressure or the right type of extinguish, because we think it was an oil fire, because just the amount of time it took for them to extinguish it, and at the height that it kept going.
The only way I think they were able to put it off.
Yeah.
What is it? Put it off?
Extinguish. Yeah.
Was actually like having things fall on that fire already pre-wet.
Yeah.
Because that's what they ended up doing. Like they got the whole roof wet and they started shooting up, so it started collapsing in itself. Yeah. And that's how they were able to put off the fire. We literally saw
pieces of like the roof like fly and like hit the window of the restaurant. They had 3 hoses going at once, and then they also had guys on the ladders with their own like hoses, try to get to the source of it, because there was a couple places that were doing it, but they were just like saying like, oh, they're not pointing it at the right area, they're not doing this, they have all these firefighters, they're not doing anything. There was at least 2 teams that we saw that were breaking down the doors to the 3rd and 2nd floors to basically try to evacuate people if there were any, but thank God like there was people who were getting their neighbors out or saying like, hey, there's a fire. We literally saw like a couple people run, get their kids.
There's one lady who was like peeking out through her window. She wasn't too sure if she didn't know if to evacuate or not.
And I was like,
bro, and then the firefighter finally told her you need to leave.
Chismosa. And then like by the time they had kind of halfway through getting the fire extinguished, they were knocking on people's doors and were like, hey, you need to get out in case it spreads to over here, because it was spreading, and it was spreading very fast. I don't know if it had gone to the 2nd floor. Well, it probably did to get to the 2nd floor by the time.
I think it did.
But I will also, it was just like when I was telling Sergio too as well, like it's just one of those like horrible, tragic things that like you can't look away, and it just feels so like you feel helpless. Like
Yeah.
what can I do for these people besides just watch and make sure
We
nothing
can't really
happens?
do anything
Like,
about it.
Sergio had already called 911. All of these firefighters are here. Like, I'm not gonna fight with other customers. It just feels like a Final Destination moment. Like, it's fucking ridiculous. But if there's any like GoFundMe's or any news and stuff like that, by the time I edit this, I will like link them below and just like share them, because I was telling Sergio too, like it really is a tragedy, because like we heard that one lady behind us, she's lost her birth certificate, all her
Yikes.
clothes, her passport, like people's memories, and same thing too, like it's on
It's just a lot.
a fear of ours as well, is that like
Yeah.
you come home and your fucking apartment's gone because it got burned down. Because I was even telling Sergio as well that there used to be a window of time. It used to be a minute and 30 seconds, or I think 2 minutes. When a fire happens, you have time to escape. That has gone down to 30 seconds because of the materials that our buildings are being made of.
Yep.
At least and this is an estimate. I'm not a fire extinguisher. I'm not a
You're not a fire
firefighter.
extinguisher?
I'm not a fire scientist.
Where's the handle?
I don't got none of it.
Where does it come out of?
Your butt. 70 is my estimate. 70% of things that we own and of our buildings are made of are flammable. So when we like witnessed the fire in real time, it just kept getting bigger and expanding, because people own a lot of things. We own a lot of plastic, we own a lot of acrylic, we own a lot of things that are panel and not really wood.
Mm-hmm.
We have plaster, paint. Like literally, I'm just looking around at Sergio stuff. Like he has so many flammable things too, and like I'm thinking about my own apartment, and I'm like, fuck, half my shit is more than half my shit is flammable.
My stuff is not flammable.
Plastic,
Stop.
Paper,
Nope.
more plastic.
All my movies. No.
All your movies, all your board games,
I would
all my
kill
books.
myself if my Blu-ray. Well, I would kill myself if Scarlett went out with a fire.
No, literally, I was thinking about my cat, and I was like, I need to go hug and kiss my cat and hold them tight. And I was telling Sergio even too as well. Like my neighbors are always burning shit. So one, make sure you have.
If your apartment burns down, you're not welcome to mine.
Fuck you! I'm gonna go stay at John's aunt's house.
Wouldn't that be more comfortable? It's a house, more space.
Yeah, but like you're closer to my work.
So you only want to use me because of proximity?
Yes, exactly, for transportation as well.
Wow.
Make sure, if there's anything you take away from this episode, one, make sure you have a fire exit plan. You have a fire extinguisher.
Yes.
Everybody should have one in their apartment.
Keep all your important documents in an easy go-to bag.
Easy to access place, or in a safe that's not
anti-flammable.
Yes, like most purchasable safes are.
Should I buy one?
Yes,
I should probably definitely buy one.
Yes, or keep your documents in like a container or something that you have easy access to. They're scanned in a place where they're safe. You have fucking renter's insurance, and then it's a good company that can actually you still have to make the claims.
Even if you have a shitty company, you have right to claim.
Yes, absolutely.
So like, don't let them like talk you out of it.
Mm-hmm. Don't let them.
That's what they will try to do.
They're gonna try to tell
Any
you,
insurance
we
company
can't
always
cover
tries
this.
to go like, we can't cover that.
Oh, it is not in your budget. No,
Yeah.
you have. If there's any in these instances where you really have to advocate and fight for yourself, or have someone do it for you, it's in emergencies, in car accidents, and other things that I can't think of. I'm just stuck on the fire and stuff like that. But yes, please, for the love of God, do not be like the other bystanders that we witnessed.
Just watch and laugh.
Don't watch and laugh
record.
and burn. Don't let this. And the thing that what really bothers me too that we witnessed is the bystander effect. You're watching, you're gawking, you're not helping. There was
all those kids that went out there and just to watch.
It really was insidious, and it really goes to show that like one, there is a sense of community in terms of emergencies, and then again, it also reflects largely on how we are in a quote unquote modern society. My Joker moment. How we also have a lack of genuineness and community as well.
Yeah. Humanity
as well. Yeah, like people lost memories, their livelihoods,
they lost a lot of things.
We don't know if anybody was injured or murdered or not murdered. Like
died.
there was any fatalities. Not that we witnessed, but it's you know, if you can see something, say something. If you can do something to help, do it. Like, I literally saw one guy who, I don't know if he was with the fire department. He had a camera. Maybe he was filming or not, but he literally like helped move the gurneys.
Yeah.
He was
big dude?
Yeah, the big dude. Like, he was helping.
Yeah.
He was doing what he could. And then you have other people who are just by the restaurant, just gawking
Filming.
and watching and filming and laughing. And it's a serious situation. Guys, it's not even like 6 o'clock yet, and there's so much that happened. I just don't know how to feel. And even then, like, going back to the thing about the protests, I just feel some type of way about that as well, because like I told Sergio in private one time when this had happened during summer, is that these people show up for these things to advocate for a good cause, right?
Mm-hmm.
But then when you leave the protest, you go back to your regular life. They were littering. They were throwing things away. They were in the way of the DART police. Not the DART police, but the people who work for DART. They're crowding the trains. They're not paying their fare. They're just being a nuisance. And as someone who is a commuter and who relies on this to get to and from work and to get to places, it just feels very hypocritical.
I think that it's just like the hyper fixation
you
on
get
just
to go
this
back
thing,
to your normal life.
They don't care about
this is my everyday
behind,
exactly,
right?
like,
so I mean, it's just like, if you're going to protest, you also know you care about your safety, your protester safety, but you also want to make sure that whatever is around you stays the same way as you left it.
Leave it as you left it.
Yeah.
Just like if you're hiking somewhere,
exactly.
Don't disturb nature. You are already coming to disrupt something, and sure, you're doing it in a safe and appropriate manner.
And you're doing it for a good reason,
too.
you
have to think about the community that's also affecting. Like, there was so many unhoused people who I usually see in the area. Maybe they've gotten help, maybe they haven't, who just weren't there, who were just not present. And I was like, this is unusual. There was more like homeless outreach people, which, is awesome. I'm glad to see them out there, but they don't do very much, because I still see the same people needing assistance who are still like sleeping on the streets, essentially. But I see them when I leave work, and then I see them in the morning sleeping by the time I get there. So it's just disheartening, because it's like, yes, cool, awesome, you're showing up, but what are you doing for your community? What are you doing for
other than just this
one time out of the year? Exactly. Like, are you donating? Are you crowdfunding? Are you sharing things?
And the thing is, this is not going to go away anytime soon.
Exactly. Like, this shouldn't be the bare minimum for your personal activism.
Also, it's I think if you partook in the last election, and you did not vote the right way, because there was a right way to vote, and people who just didn't vote,
and the majority of the time it's those people
and
who
now
are
you're
also
participating in this, and now you're pretty sure, and next year you're not going to do it the right way either, because you're looking for a perfect candidate.
Or you're only doing it because now it's affecting you.
There was this one person I recently commented in their TikTok video, because recently some person has I don't know her name, so sorry about this.
Was it the one who was
this
like
Latina lady recently announced her candidacy for governor of Texas?
Oh shit!
She's a Democrat. She's from Brownsville, I believe.
Oh,
she's from near the border.
Yeah,
so she knows about border talk, right? Border talk.
You know what's going on near the borders, and how.
So this guy was making a TikTok criticizing her, saying that the point she was running on is what's causing Democrats to lose for the past 30 years here in Texas. But it's an unfair assessment to say, because one thing that Democrats are losing here is because we're so gerrymandered. Democrats are having a hard time filling those high positions, because our votes are getting out counted by gerrymandering sections of the whole state. Because
even when you can see it on the news and like live, especially like when we have local and larger elections, that the post offices, the libraries, the places where people go to vote who are in lower income areas are getting either closed early, closed off completely, and these people can't mail in their votes. They took time off of work, or they take time out of their day to go, and that's the only time they have to do it. They don't have the ability like fucking Susan and fucking...
Or like me, for example, that I'm able to go in the middle of the day.
To take time off of work or to do
like on a Saturday.
Yeah,
people don't have that access like other people do.
Inaccessibility and about the place where they live.
This guy was making such invalid talking points, and criticizing her.
Yeah.
And like pretty much saying that she wasn't the perfect candidate, but literally looking for the perfect candidate got us into the situation we're seeing right now, because everyone was so against Kamala Harris not being outrightly spoken about Israel and not supporting Palestine, that we're in this situation because of that. Like, why couldn't we just be happy with a candidate who was open to the thought of protecting Israel, right? Like, that's what Kamala Harris was. She was open to the idea, and once she got elected, we could have pushed her and forcibly pushed her into the direction we wanted. Now we're stuck with someone who's doing
The
things
opposite.
10 times worse than what people said about getting him into office was going to happen. So, like, looking for a perfect candidate, no matter where, it's not going to work for any of us, and we're going to keep on losing elections because of it.
I think that's definitely one of the issues that lies as well with the older generations, because they want.
I disagree with you in that situation.
No.
I think it's a leftist situation.
I don't.
Like, very left
Well,
situation.
the thing is about with like certain leftists, right? When you think about who they want and that ideal, because I understand what you're saying as well, is that they go so left they end up on the right. And
Yes.
that usually ends up happening where they don't vote at all, or they vote for the
Or
opposite.
they vote for Jill Stein.
They throw away their vote essentially. And it's a generational issue and an issue as well, in that you have people who want to be so correct they end up on the wrong side.
Yes.
It's just a multi-layer issue that, of course, there's not a perfect solution to anything. I agree, but I do think you should vote for who you believe in, and change isn't impossible, even though it feels like it right now.
Yeah.
There's still things that we can do. There's donations, there's crowdfunding. That's the same thing. I'm sorry. It's not funny, it's serious, guys. We're being serious. There is still things that we can do. There's still things that you can do within your own community, because I don't want to end on a bad note. And of course, we're still going to talk
I'm
about.
about to talk about something else.
No, I was
that's
going to
completely
say
different.
we're also still going to say things that we love or that we hate, but never feel like you have to feel completely hopeless. You do have power in your vote, and you do have power in your voice, and even though on a grander scale it feels like you can't do anything, you can still do something on a local level, and that makes a difference.
Yep.
Never feel like you can't make a difference, because you can. Because I felt that way. I'm sure Joe has also probably felt that way, but there are things that we can do to help the ones in need.
I agree.
Never forget, guys.
Never forget 9/11. You know what I recently saw? I don't know if you've seen,
What?
but this lady who was selling mattresses,
Mattresses.
and they're doing a twin tower sale.
I love that. I love that so much.
I think the commercial goes like, a twin tower sale.
Twin tower sale.
So she's like, even for a full, you get a full, and then a full price, and then you get a sale on the other full.
I love that.
Even a queen, and she's like, yeah. And then she like hits the guys
This
in the
is
back.
recent?
No,
This
I'm
is
sure
the
it's
old one?
old. Yeah, it's an
okay,
old
so
video.
this is like, I guess, like a 9/11
And she
sale.
hits the two guys, and the two guys go down, and the mattresses are stacked up behind them like towers. So they hit the towers, and they both go down. And then she looks at she pans around, and she smiles at the camera, and goes like, "We will never forget." And then it cuts.
My God. See, guys, we used to be a country. We used to be able to laugh and joke, and now everything's so serious. I mean, that's the thing that the comedians say right now. Is they're like, "Oh, you got to do anything."
Oh, you want to go to a world where they kill journalists too?
They do already, girl.
But did you hear about that comedy festival?
Which one?
It was like in Saudi Arabia.
Oh,
where
John.
the whole bunch of comedians went.
Yes, they basically get bought out by the UAE to say that nothing bad happens in the UAE, nothing bad happens in this country.
Aziz Ansari went.
And then you have to also note who is going,
Yes.
what sex they are, and in what age they are. Because you don't have, I'm not going to say these comedians are broke, but let me just say, if you're going to that country,
Louis is there? That's
a red flag, baby. And you know what's fucked up?
Whitney
too?
Cummings went, which was a big surprise to me.
Whitney Cummings,
Yes.
Mama is the baked up. You got no money.
She's hit hard.
Times are rough for the divas.
Times are really rough.
It's, you know what, also too, what I've noticed, and I don't see them often, but I do, maybe it's from John's Instagram, I do get the occasional reel and short of like young comedians. They're so fucking funny. I'm no wonder that the old fucking hags are like, they're mad. That's why they're going to the UAE to get sponsored by the fucking country. Sorry, you only joke about misogyny and,
Racism,
having a tampon,
homophobia, transphobia, because those things are apparently funny.
There's ways to do things in jest and out of jest. But if your comedy starts and ends hateful, where's the joke?
I personally have a rule where if I'm going to go see a comedy show,
Yeah.
I tend to only see women.
Women are
women
funnier.
of color.
Yeah. They
Because
are.
I think women are funnier.
It's like lived experiences,
It's
and I
lived
also
experience.
like I can
and
relate, Diva.
If anything is mean, it's to themselves.
And that's the
Which
thing.
we can all go and like, hey,
We
I
can-
see that in myself too, right?
We can all relate to.
So we can all really, and men comedians are not
they
funny.
punch down and they punch hard, and it's like, oh,
Unless you're gay, then I'm go like, okay,
You
fine,
get a pass.
yeah, you get a pass.
You get a little pass.
Except for this one current comedian. I mean, his name is John Marco.
I don't know who that is.
I'll show you a picture of this guy. He's actually pretty funny. And he's straight. And he's white.
Good for him. Good for him.
And he's not hateful.
And he's not
not
hateful.
hateful.
That's good.
From what I've
See,
seen.
what the younger comedians are learning is, especially because also like you grow up super depressed and you grow up in like
Me or just in general?
I'm talking about younger
Okay.
comedians in general, online, offline. You still have a certain. I hate this phrase, but quote unquote like flavor of trauma that helps you develop your comedy. And as if you're a decent writer as well, I definitely feel like you should try your hand in stand up because you can also work on what does and doesn't work.
Yep.
I saw one recently of this larger white woman, had to have been like no older than 25. She was talking about she's on tour and doing small shows and was like, I talk a lot about white people.
This guy.
I'm white. I have seen him.
This guy.
Yes,
Yeah.
he is funny.
He is
I do
funny.
like him. Talking about her white roots and things like that. And then she says that some older white man followed her to her car. And he was like, you listen to me when you talk about white people. And like she like stopped in the middle of the joke and was like, I don't know if he knows that I'm also white, but I heard him out. I listened to him. And was basically just like saying like, oh, don't be disrespectful or whatever. But like, oh, like you're making a lot of stereotypes. And he's like, like I'll save the note for later, but I just don't think he saw who I was that night. Maybe it was too dark for him to see, but it was just a very hilarious like bit or whatever. And I was like,
Yeah.
that was a funny one. She got a like and a laugh from me.
Yeah, I don't know when I started that role, but it's been a role I've followed for a very long time.
Yeah, I think we watched Ali Wong when we used to watch comedy specials together
yeah,
forever ago.
Ali
We
Wong,
watched Ali
Ali
Wong,
Wong.
and she's fucking hilarious.
Yeah. I just don't watch white women in general or straight white men
Yeah.
or straight men in general.
What is also good, I feel like, for people our age and maybe younger is that you also have to get into events, experiences, and shows that are outside of your realm of lived experience.
Yes.
To develop your taste and
Just in general,
sense of
taste in general
awareness
and anything.
in any capacity as
Yeah.
well. Same with movies and something like that. Like, in order to appreciate the good ones, you have to see a bad one.
Yeah.
In order to appreciate the good shows, you have to watch a
Watch
bad
it.
one.
Yeah.
In order to
Look at
enjoy
me.
good food, you
you
gotta
have
have
to
a little
eat
bit of bad
food.
one.
Look at me. I've
the
seen
chicken
so many.
Caesar salad wrap.
I've seen so much CW
Oh,
TV
yeah.
on purpose that I'm like, I'm gonna get to it.
The fucking,
it becomes so bad that I'm like one of the. This is
I
why
get a-
Abby thinks I
I
have
get-
autism because she's like,
Why are you torturing yourself?
why are you torturing on? Why are you watching something
to
you
appreciate
don't like?
the good stuff?
Exactly. Then
Yes.
if I see something like Yellow Jackets, then I'm like,
Oh, Yellow
instant cannibalism. Love it.
Yellow Jackets is good.
That's actually going to be my Slay loving thing. It was Yellow Jackets because I recently started binge
Nice.
watching it on YouTube,
Nice.
on Netflix. It's so good.
Mine's, I think, is going to be
The ice cream cone we had at it.
that ice cream cone was
It
really
was
good.
so good. So much ice cream.
It was a lot of ice cream. I think we used to be able to do it. I think they switched it recently. They have an ice cream cone machine at the chicken place. Apparently, this is also, I don't know if this is just a thing in southern places in general, but when you eat something spicy or whatever, they usually have an ice cream cone place.
Yes.
They have this at Jason's Deli. You
They do?
You can get an ice cream cone at Jason's Deli. I thought it was just going to be like a single swirl, like here's
Really?
your fucking ice cream.
When did you go to Jason's Deli?
Since we try to eat healthier or whatever, we go to a lot of like McAllister's, like old people places. We get like
Jason's Deli is better, my opinion.
I like McAllister's. I'm not gonna lie. It's because they have better sweet tea.
Better what?
Sweet tea.
Fruit. Oh, sweet tea.
Yeah, I'm a sweet tea girl. There's one thing I don't mind diet sodas. It's not my favorite.
It just don't taste good.
If I need a little caffeine, I will drink it. But I will say, since I also don't eat as much pastries as I used to, I've gone down on my sweets. But I will say, during our eating, I did have 6 sweet teas because
You
I
did
got
have a lot of sweet tea.
I got 2 spicy
Yeah.
tenders. My eyes were spicier than my stomach, and my stomach's gonna hurt really bad today.
By the
But it's
way,
okay.
what you ate last night, your stomach lining is going to be
eroded.
horrible.
Yeah, literally yesterday, I had a spicy burger, I had poutine, and I had fried
Did you
mozzarella.
get a Burger?
Went to Burger Schmurger. I really wanted the poutine. And then afterwards, I think we also got a sweet treat.
I've been thinking about the poutine ever since we.
It's so good.
So good.
We need to go to that Canadian cafe.
Yeah, we need to.
I really want like real
But it
poutine.
it closes at a weird hour on the weekend.
We have to just go earlier. Like I have to like call out of work or something.
Yeah, you're gonna have to
and
do
we
that
just
one
go.
day and we
yeah,
go.
yeah. I'm loving. I forgot what it's.
Poutine.
No, journaling. Let's just say journaling. I recently boobteen, and I've also been journaling lately, and it's been very cathartic. And I feel like it's helping me deal with my emotions in a healthy manner.
Yeah, because you're writing them down.
Because I'm writing them down, guys. I'm working through my trauma.
I remember
I'm
when I used to
becoming
keep a journal.
a different lady.
Then I got healthy.
Whatever, bitch. Fuck you. Is there anything else you want to say before we say our goodbyes?
Nope.
Thank you for listening and watching, and hopefully we'll have a little bit more fun in the next episode. We just had to catch you up because we were gone for a while.
Long, yeah.
It's been a while.
It took you 3 weeks to upload one episode.
I don't know, but I was in my rut. I kept forgetting, and I was like, "Oh, I'll get to it." And I never
I
got to
forgive
it.
you for that reason.
Thank you.
Because mentally unwell.
Yeah, mentally
You still
unwell.
are mentally
Just
unwell,
less.
but less.
Exactly. We're going through it. We're going through it. Then we'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye.
Bye.